In this section, we're going to talk about some common errors. There are so many different types of errors, difficult to keep track. Syntax errors, as I said a few sessions ago, are those where the compiler catches them. The compiler realizes something's misspecified. Perhaps an identifier is misspelled, delimiters are missing or too frequent, wrong use of keywords, something that the compiler can check and say, that's wrong. Runtime errors, as I said, some improper operation occurs, and either the JVM or the operating system detect them and cause the program ultimately to crash. There are ways to handle runtime errors without crashing the program. That's sophisticated. We will deal with that in a later section on exceptions. Logic errors are those wrongly implementing a solution. Something about your thinking is wrong there. The algorithm is wrong, or the implementation of the algorithm is wrong. They can prove to be very difficult to detect. It takes years to get good at that. Common errors: missing braces, missing semicolons, missing quotation marks, misspelled names, or missing symbols due to API libraries not being imported, and keyword used in wrong context. I'm only going to show the ones that the book has. These others will show up. The main point here is to show you what the compiler is going to do in the face of wrong specification or misspecification. I already showed you these semicolon. Let's do it again though. The semicolon is missing. Let's save this and saved. Now we will compile it. And there's that message we saw in a different session that it's expecting a semicolon. Let's fix that. Save it, come back and compile it and show you that it works. Now I'm going to make a different error, a missing delimiter. I'm going to choose the closing quote on line 3. That way the string welcome to Java is not properly terminated. The compiler doesn't know where that text should end. Save that and go compile it. There we go. That says, whoa, unclosed string literal. It means the trailing delimiter was not detected. So we start with the quotes and welcome to Java, but we never seem to end. The compiler says that just can't be. Let's fix it. Let's put that quote back in. Save that, compile it, and there we go. It's happy. Well, let's make it unhappy again. Another thing we can certainly do is misspell a keyword. Let's misspell main. I'm going to put a capital in there. So main now has a capital M. Let's save that and let's compile it. Whoa, I thought capital M was an error. It is. It's not a syntax error. That is, a method can be named any legitimate identifier possible, and capital M, A-I-N, is a legitimate identifier. But let me show you the error. See, this is a runtime error. What it says here is that main method not found. Please define the main method as public static void main, and notice main is lowercase there, etc. So it's saying I can't find the starting point of your program, and that's the actual runtime error. It is the JVM says, let's run your program. I don't know where to start. You didn't give me a lowercase m main method. So let's go fix that. Let's make it lowercase m. Let's save it. Let's compile it. Let's run it. And there we go. Now it knows where to start. No error. One more misspelling. Out. Print line. Let's make it print line. We pronounce print ln as print line. That's the way we say it, but we don't spell it that way. But let's spell it the way we say it. Let's say print line. All right, let's compile. And it says cannot find symbol. Method print line. That means I've misspecified it by misspelling it. It should be ln, not line. So let's fix that one more time. Save it, compile it, and run it. Believe me, there are many more that you'll discover. Recognizing a few of the simple ones is important. As you program, you will make syntax errors, but recognizing them and fixing them quickly becomes second nature. I have been using Java since it came out in 1995. I still make syntax errors. That's because my mind is focused on the problem and my fingers don't necessarily hit the right keys. Use your compiler to help you figure out syntax errors. But remember, your compiler will not help you figure out runtime errors or logic errors. You're on your own for those. So you have to develop your mind by testing your code to look for those problems.